Bellator MMA moves now to the lightweight division set for 3 5-minute rounds live on Showtime. We introduce the blue corner at 5'9", weighing in 155 pounds even as a professional. 7 wins, 4 losses by way of Green River, Wyoming. He fights out of Phoenix, Arizona. Magic Mike Hamill. And across the cage is adversary, fighting out of the red corner at 5'11", weighing in 155.2 pounds. Tonight, he makes his Bellator debut, bringing an undefeated professional record of 11-0, fighting out of Mahatskala, Dagestan, Russia. Introducing USMAN Nurmagomedov. And the referee in charge, Todd Anderson.
Todd Anderson, the third man inside the cage. Mike Hamill, fighting for the first time at 155, looking to upset the undefeated USMAN Nurmagomedov. And there is USMAN's cousin, Habib Nurmagomedov, who, as dominant as he was as a champion fighter, he could be one of the great trainers in the sport. As we kick things off here, Nurmagomedov is in the red gloves, and Hamill taking the fight to Nurmagomedov immediately in the blue gloves.
This is exactly what I expected out of Mike Hamill after watching him in his debut against Adam Borge when he came in on less than a week's notice. 155 is the weight for Mike Hamill. He's got energy, he's got a lot of gas, and he is a guy that just keeps coming forward. He's going to put pressure on Usman. How is Usman going to respond?
Nurmagomedov with an 11-0 record, 10 of those wins inside the distance, 7 wins via first round knockout or submission. He's only fought past the second round once in his career, and all 5 of his previous wins have come via knockout or submission. Question mark kick there by Nurmagomedov, now from the southpaw stance with the left hand, John.
Both of those landed actually touched his front but they still had some snap on him.
Javier Mendez, who of course has trained a Murderer's Row of Champions in AKA, was blown away the first time he saw Usman Nurmagomedov train on his mats.
You know, the first time I watched him fight, I was like, dang, man, that kid is so good in the stand-up, so calm, so relaxed, and he just keeps coming. And his wrestling is outstanding. He just doesn't like to wrestle. He likes to stand up and throw his hands.
Mike Hamill bringing the fight to Nurmagomedov, standing right in front of him, bouncing up and down, trying to disrupt Nurmagomedov, but Nurmagomedov very calm, cool, and definitely connecting with those kicks.
That was a beautiful spinning back kick, and that hit Hamill to the body. You can tell that it actually had effect.
You see the calmness of Nurmagomedov, while Hamill trying to make it as frenetic as possible.
Yeah, you can see right there that Hamill did land to the body. That was a nice thing. And Hamill was taking chances trying to get inside on the range of Nurmagomedov.
Current Bellator lightweight champions, of course, Patricio Pitbull. He'll be busy defending the featherweight title. In our main event tonight in the semifinals of the $1 million featherweight Grand Prix, a rematch with Emmanuel Sanchez. We have reached the midpoint of the first round. Nurmagomedov stabbing Hamill with that jab. There's a right hand by Hamill, but the counter kick by Nurmagomedov.
Every time that Mike Hamill comes in, see the fact that Nurmagomedov responds. He makes him pay for coming inside. He's going to give him something to think about on every entrance.
Timed it perfectly with that right hand jab a couple of times now, going in with the gas. Staying at range, Hamill trying to come in and load up with that left hand.
He's going backwards in a straight line and throw one more. But let your feet take you there. Good, Jack.
Hamill just rushing a little bit. He just needs to slide yourself inside. He's on the ground trying to get a little disruption.
He's going to be able to get Nurmagomedov off their game that way. A minute and a half remaining in the first. Nurmagomedov with the pace of the space.
Great job of just answering that question. Every time Mike Hamill steps in to ask a question, he gives him an answer.
And he just switched stances there, landed a head
114
kick.
to go, Mikey. Good. Hey, not so big, not so big.
Wildly with
Just
that right
touch him.
hand,
You're having
switching back to
advances.
southpaw stance, and Mike Hamill. A lot of energy.
Good jab. You can't stop in range. You gotta take your head off line. Good jab.
He has
Good
taken a
jab.
lot of body shots, and he continues with the pressure. So that's telling you he's in shape, because that takes a lot
That
of
left hand is there.
He is
Yep,
looking
good dropping
for
his
that
jab. Come in behind it.
home run with the left hand as he got tagged on the nose with that stiff jab from Nurmagomedov.
40 seconds left. 9-4-0.
An entertaining opening round, which is
Right hand.
Nurmagomedov.
What a beautiful, steady
There you go.
body shot.
Right.
And there,
Wrestle hard here. Yeah, boy.
And again, sits with that kick.
Main feint. 20 seconds.
20 seconds of the first frame. Hamill again misses with a wild right. Inside leg kick by
Gotta shuffle in
Nurmagomedov.
behind the first combination, Michael. Go again.
Nice start to this lightweight matchup between USMAN Nurmagomedov and Mike Hamill.
Ready? Ready? Hey!
The bell and round two, and again Mike Hamill explodes out of his corner, meets Nurmagomedov in the center of the ring, and eats that body kick. And again, Nurmagomedov going upstairs with a kick blocked by Hamill, but then manages to land a jab to the
Angles up. Don't stand and wait.
By Mike Hamill. He needs to continue to work and land that shot.
Angles.
Hamill definitely pressuring Nurmagomedov. Brought in a nutritionist, got his head popped back with that jab. Trying to make weight the right way after having issues again on that short notice fight against Adam Borge. And Adam Borge again, one of the top fighters on the Bellator MMA roster.
And he fought a beautiful fight. He lost a split decision against the guy coming
Mikey,
in.
feint and then angle out. Catch this
Yeah,
at
he
the end of
was
the
best
fence.
weight. What do you
Jab.
expect?
Here, the feints, the chest match
Well, that was there, Michael. He's got to shuffle in. Your left hand is there.
Hamill, what did you like most in the opening round as they look to exchange here?
Hey, we can cowboy him up a little bit too to change this up.
It was the variety of attacks. He was going up high. He was coming down low. He was going to the body. He was using kicks. He was using a jab. He's got a arsenal
Carry that jab. Come back.
of attacks, which keeps you off balance.
Good.
Continues to come
Finish
forward,
now.
and Hamill looks for the takedown.
Good, Michael. Good job. Let's keep changing that rhythm
Pulling
now.
out all the stops.
Hey, he's too close. He's too close, dude.
You saw Nurmagomedov's hand hits the ground, but he's right back up.
Look with that knee.
You see what he continues to bring the pressure. He's continuing to try to vary his attack, but he's got to take
3 minutes left, Michael. Good check. Good check. Yeah, good job with your hands. Perfect.
Nurmagomedov is making
You got to fire back
Nurmagomedov
now.
painting them with kicks. 2 minutes gone in the second stanza.
Hey, you got to throw more than one, okay? Because he's leaning
Hamill
away.
doing whatever he can to try to get Nurmagomedov off his rhythm and
Hey, angle out.
Nurmagomedov kicking. Yes, he can, John. 21 of 43.
Good, beautiful.
Total strikes landed all in favor of
Good job,
Nurmagomedov.
Mikey. Good job. Hey, don't swing big this time. Move your feet. Your feet will take you there. Halfway through this round, you're doing a good job, Michael. You got answers right there.
USMAN again. Very impressed with the fact
Doing a
that
great
Mike
job, Mikey.
all of his damage, but has not slowed him down. He keeps on trying to come forward. He's
Let's
looking
think
for
for
his
those
attacks.
Cowboys, the Wyoming,
Get
okay?
Nurmagomedov at the same composure, John.
Feint and then move out.
Economical with his
Yes, feint and move
Starting to see
out.
a little bit more from Mike
Feint
Hamill.
angle. Let's go.
As he's starting to lean, he'll bring himself
we got
in with
2
his
minutes
feet a
in this
little bit,
round.
but he's leaning forward, which is
Yep,
not
keep on. Shuffle. Wrestle hard.
4 minutes left in the
Good.
round. Nurmagomedov started with Muay Thai and then trained in wrestling.
Hey, he's
He
watching
says he
for
likes
that
to
hook.
strike
Control the knee,
more
Michael.
He
Good.
says it's no problem if you want to
Throw
take
the
it
two
to the
first.
next level.
Throw
He's
the two
content to
first. Come
keep
on,
it in the
hook out.
stand-up where he is
Good
getting
boy, good.
Mike Hamill.
Excellent, excellent. Hey, hands
Yeah,
up.
Mike Hamill.
Hands high, defense.
Jab just keeps on Mike Hamill, right?
130 to go, Mike.
Michael really beautiful tool.
And that may start to inhibit some of his breathing. He's been moving around. There's been a lot of energy and now blood on the face of Mike Hamill as Nurmagomedov continues to pick him apart at his own speed.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep pressure. 1 minute left, Mike.
Moves his head out of reach. There's that body kick by Nurmagomedov.
Good hands. Good job. 45 seconds to go, Mike. Good. Hey, can you straighten that hand out, please?
Mike Hamill having a hard time breathing out of through his nose, so his mouth is open.
Final half minute of the second round. Nurmagomedov
Nice. Good
painting
combination.
Hamill's face
Good job,
with
Mike.
his
Keep
own
that up.
here
Let's
in the
go.
final 20 seconds. And again, the stiff jab lands beautifully for Nurmagomedov.
Jab is getting nasty for him.
Let's go, follow up, Mikey.
Switches to orthodox, back to
10
southpaw.
seconds left. 10 seconds.
And right there, just take a look at the
Circle.
angle as he circled out on that. Just a beautiful exhibition of what a defensive fighter will do.
Ready? Ready? Hey!
The middle of the third and final round underway in this lightweight matchup between the undefeated Bellator MMA newcomer USMAN Nurmagomedov and matching
Yes, sir. Good.
his
Beautiful.
Bellator record at 1-1.
Hey, you're at that range. We gotta go. Do that.
I think by bringing that
Stand in that range.
this is when you step in.
Good job, Michael. Let's go. Hey, then come over the top with the 2. Make your 3, throw your 2. Let's go. Wyoming, Wyoming.
1-2, 1-1-2.
Mike Hamill has thrown back
Good
left.
job, Michael. Good job.
15 times this
Head up, line.
Yet,
Mike, you got 4 minutes
stays in
now.
the pocket. He stays
4
in
minutes.
front of Nurmagomedov. But he has to make
Angles to
adjustments. He
go.
has to
Good shot.
change his level once they turn down and
Yes, sir.
tenaciously
Control it
tries
now.
to get it on Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov posting.
Let's start to work here, Michael. Let's start to work.
Hamill has Nurmagomedov's back.
That was a beautiful transition by Mike
Good
Hamill.
work, Mike Hamill. Back again. Pressure.
He's unable
Yes,
to
sir. Left hand up.
get into his back position.
Come on, Mikey, move. Yes, sir. Hey, he's done with doing the uppercut to the knee. Go, throw your knees.
And the kick.
That knee's gonna be there. Soldier uppercut, Michael. Hey, we're gonna win this fight right now. He's ducking his head away. Michael, throw the knee after your hand. Let's go. Come on, Magic Mike, let's do this.
Defensively.
Come on, baby.
And not overdoing the job, just moving out. Mouthpiece is on the canvas.
Take him out there. Put it in. Turn.
Michael, move your head, let's go.
Wasted motion from
I need you to push hard, Magic Mike. Yes, sir. Now fade your hook and throw it too. Yes. Michael, can you throw your knee up to the hook?
Having the left hand from the southpaw stance.
Yeah, yes, sir. Good idea.
He is
Slip,
taking
slip, and go, Mike. Slip, slip, and
He is
go. Take nothing, let's
he
go.
is still coming forward.
Hey, one more Wyoming. We got half of the round to go, Mike. Half of the round.
Out of Green River, Wyoming.
Throw the knee out,
The
Mike.
takedown. Dogged determination by Mike Hamill.
Good, Michael.
Will
The
he be
knee.
able to create some magic in the last half of this, the final round? Oblique kick.
Good. Teeth. Beautiful. Oh.
Kick was working.
Hey, left hand up. Left hand up. Left hand up. Let's go. Good. Beautiful. Pressure. Don't let it pressure you.
That body shot, that's why you see him back off. He's got to gain
Good, Michael. Good. Hey,
2 minutes left here in the final round.
Good.
Nurmagomedov, and again the takedown attempt by Hamill.
Leg roll.
Short knee strikes. Now Nurmagomedov back with a minute and a half remaining. What kind of magic can
There you go. Right now, nice move your head.
Move your head. Move your head. Michael is really good play. You're having fun. Watch out. Move your head.
Trust your feet, Tim. Let's go. Just put the leather on his chin.
Go, Mike. Go. Yes, go. Hey, we need 3 shots now, guys.
Last minute.
Michael, let's go.
Nice jab.
Look at that
Come on, baby. Put your heart out there. Let's go. And again.
The wrestling family from the University of Wyoming still searching for a takedown.
Still being gritty, still being tough, still.
Mike, I need 3 shots. Let's go.
30 seconds left in the fight.
Help that line. Help that line.
Hamill continuing to bring the fight. Hitting effectively by Nurmagomedov. It's Hamill pressure, but it's Nurmagomedov
Come on,
doing the
Mike, 18
damage.
seconds. Move your hands and go. Move your hands and go.
That pressure to work to his advantage.
Mike, move your hands and go.
1, 2, up here, 1, 2. Let's go. High noon, high noon.
And Hamill looking to put an exclamation point on his gritty effort. Let's go to Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 non-stop rounds of action, we'll go to your 3 judges at cage side. Your first, Doug Crosby, scores the fight 29-28, while judges Sal D'Amato and Michael Bell both see it the same, 30-27. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision, USMAN Nurmagomedov.
A beautiful and brutal Bellator MMA debut for USMAN Nurmagomedov.
From the iconic LA Forum live on Showtime, Bellator MMA stays right here in the 155-pound division for a lightweight feature scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds as we introduce the blue corner. At 5'10", weighing in 156 pounds even, his professional record, 12 wins, 6 losses, fighting out of Anadarko, Oklahoma, Manny the Dragon. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner at 5'11", weighing in 155.3 pounds, coming off a successful Bellator debut. He remains undefeated, now with 12 professional victories, no defeats, fighting out of Makhachkala, Dagestan, Russia, introducing USMAN Nurmagomedov. In charge, your referee, Frank Trigg.
Former Pride FC broadcast partner of mine, Frank Trigg, now a respected referee who gets the assignment in this critical lightweight matchup. Undefeated Nurmagomedov and the undefeated in Bellator MMA, Manny Muro, both in fact unbeaten inside the Bellator MMA cage. And at the top of the telecast, I mentioned that we were following LA County COVID protocols and the mask mandate. Well, it's not being strongly enforced here at the Forum tonight, so don't at me, people. And it's USMAN Nurmagomedov in the red gloves, Manny the Dragon Muro in the blue gloves.
Nice
kick.
Quick kick by Usman up top. Manny, this is what Manny has to do. He has to put that pressure.
Oh, what a kick by Nurmagomedov, and Muro ate that one.
This is what we're talking about when we're talking about Usman. He is slick, he is good, he's good at range, uses that length well, he's fast.
And another kick by Nurmagomedov, and Muro gets taken down.
There's that wrestling. Look how slick he is, right to the back. And he needs to be careful right here with his positioning.
Nurmagomedov with 3 submission wins, including a rear naked choke that came back in February of 2019, and now working from the back of Muro.
Usman right now would actually be smart to push off of that cage. That will help him get Manny to the ground if that's what he wants. Nice uppercut under the arm. When you can't see that shot coming, it does a lot of damage.
Manny Muro entering this fight with a heavy heart after recently losing his sister and biggest fan, Rain, to brain cancer. And I want to send our condolences to the Muro family as Nurmagomedov looking for that double leg takedown. Muro defending it. Tripod.
He defended it, but it was because Usman decided, I'm going to try to take your back at that point. He can pull him exactly what I'm saying.
He can pull him down.
Backside on that. Nice job by Nurmagomedov.
Nurmagomedov started training at Muay Thai at 7, then wrestling. Began training at MMA at 11 years old. Remember, I said an early age under the Nurmagomedov. Now to full mount on Muro, and Muro gives up his backs. Immediately Nurmagomedov putting in the hooks.
Muro trying to just get himself in a position where he is holding onto the arms. Nurmagomedov, make sure that he does not let that locking arm end up in a position where he's got one arm around the neck and then locks it down.
Nurmagomedov training in San Jose for this fight. He felt that his striking would be his biggest advantage. But he is doing a good job of controlling Muro on the ground.
Doing everything right now, taking his time. You see Manny try to turn, there you go.
Does. So the reversal by Muro now looking to perhaps try to take down Nurmagomedov, but well defended.
Nice job of digging that underhook by Usman Nurmagomedov. Trying to hook that leg again.
Knee strike to the belly by Nurmagomedov as they fight for position. The over-under by Muro, and now just trying to keep Nurmagomedov.
Oh, no, the knee to the body.
What a knee strike! And Nurmagomedov knees Manny Muro into oblivion.
Right to the liver. You saw that knee strike come up, and he went down like he was shot.
Mamma mia, what a stoppage by Usman Nurmagomedov. He's now 13-0 with his 8th victory via form of knockout. And what a finish. And let's hope Manny Muro's okay.
That either hit right at the liver or on the ribs. That shot right across. You see it touch him, and he automatically goes down. It is hard to explain what that feeling is like, but it's like someone sticking a dagger in you. It is a horrible feeling. Usman hit him just right with that knee, and Manny was unable to do anything from that point. He is just waiting for the referee to stop it because he cannot move his body.
Ladies and gentlemen, it comes to an end inside the Bellator cage officially. 3 minutes, 30 seconds into round number 1. The winner by TKO, still undefeated, Usman Nurmagomedov. Bellator MMA now features a contract weight matchup at 160 pounds, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds live on Showtime. We introduce first the blue corner at 6'1", weighing in 158.5 pounds. His professional record, 11 wins, 8 losses, fighting out of Lahti, Finland, Patrick Piatila. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner at 5'11", weighing in 160 pounds even. As a professional, he's undefeated, 13 victories, no defeats. Fighting out of Makhachkala, Dagestan, Russia, Usman Nurmagomedov. And the referee in charge, Kevin McDonald.
Let's go.
Heitä koko ajan, niin se ei pääse lyömään eikä tiputtaa niitä kyynärpäitä. Mennä kädeksi liikalla sisällä. Oteta se tekee töitä. Mutta pakko tehdä töitä, ettei väsyy. Miten se homma kun jännittää ja se joutuu tekemään päällä töitä.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, the tap comes by way of a rear naked choke, officially 4 minutes, 6 seconds into round number 1 by submission. Still undefeated, USMAN Nurmagomedov.
You need really like a fighter. You don't need to fight guys like me.
Bellator MMA live on Showtime moves now to the lightweight division, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing first the blue corner at 5'11", weighing in 156 pounds even, near perfect as a professional with 7 wins, just 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris the Lion Gonzalez. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. At 5'11", weighing in 155.2 pounds, undefeated as a professional, 14 victories, no defeats. The number 3 ranked lightweight presenting USMAN Nurmagomedov. And the referee in charge, Frank Trigg.
USMAN Nurmagomedov, 8 knockouts, 4 submissions, 14-0. Chris Gonzalez, he turns 31 next Friday. Looking to record the biggest win of his emerging career in his 9th professional fight. So the overall experience advantage, and you talked about it, John, not just in MMA, but in combat sports. USMAN Nurmagomedov, although Gonzalez with an athletic background, we talk about his collegiate wrestling.
Exactly, and that's when, you know, Chris Gonzalez has that, all of that wrestling experience, but what I was trying to match up is Usman's got the same. One thing that Chris Gonzalez really needs to do is take his time, but he's got to use his hands to get inside, to use his wrestling. Meaning, don't shoot shots from the outside. Chris comes from that Greco-Roman background, and to be able to get that body lock is a big part of him getting a successful takedown.
Nurmagomedov told us that he's already fought opponents like Gonzalez, but Gonzalez has never fought an opponent like him. That is the difference.
He may be right in that, but he may not have fought someone as athletic and gifted in that area as Chris Gonzalez.
He's coming to free zone. He's coming to free zone. That's your zone. You go first. He's coming to free zone. Then he comes to
Tactical start to this fight again. Oh, kick to the head though by Nurmagomedov, immediately goes back to southpaw. Another kick. And this is one of the wrinkles in his game that does at times separate him from others of his ilk.
Oh, absolutely. You know, like his coach now, Khabib, was known for his grappling, and people thought that, well, he didn't have any stand-up. Well, he had good stand-up, but he never had stand-up like USMAN Nurmagomedov. Usman is special on the feet. He's got quick kicks. He's got beautiful hand placement. He likes to be in the stand-up. He would rather be fighting the fight at this range than he would in a wrestling or grappling range.
Nurmagomedov utilizing his footwork, lateral movement. Gonzalez feinting, trying to maybe bait Nurmagomedov, looking for the counter shot, but Nurmagomedov mixing up his attack with kicks. There's a kick from Gonzalez, darting in and out just past the midway point of the first. And Gonzalez now bull rushing Nurmagomedov, and Gonzalez looking to control Nurmagomedov.
But there's a difference when you talk about nice. And that was taken down by Nurmagomedov. Beautiful trip. He's locking up a front choke on him.
And there it is! Mamma mia! USMAN Nurmagomedov getting it done in scintillating fashion as he submits Chris Gonzalez. Nurmagomedov now 15-0, recording his 5th overall submission. And lightning quick.
And this is what we're talking about. He is so good at all ranges, and he can lock up those submissions. That's what Combat Sambo does. It's about submission.
Defends the takedown is how it was set up.
Absolutely. You saw Chris Gonzalez get into that body lock situation. He's in the clinch, but it is Usman that uses the trip. Watch him use this beautiful outside trip on the leg, gets the legs of Chris, and right away on the neck, and you see him bring the hand over the top, locks up that front naked choke. That is tight. We talked about that choke earlier today, Mauro, and that man just used it to perfection. Take a look. There's your outside trip. Gets the leg and catches it with the arm, and then immediately goes towards the neck. Look at it come over the top. He locks it in over the top, and now we have a front naked choke and a submission win by USMAN Nurmagomedov.
Ladies and gentlemen, the tap comes by way of the guillotine. Official time, 2 minutes, 54 seconds into round number 1. The winner by submission, USMAN Nurmagomedov.
Front naked choke, and USMAN Nurmagomedov with designs on being at the front of the line.
Bellator MMA live on Showtime here at Rewatch Arena. We're set now for tonight's double main event, leading off with 5 5-minute rounds for the Bellator Lightweight World Championship. Tonight's world title fight sanctioned by the Illinois State Athletic Commission Director Nancy Ilg. And now first, introducing the blue corner. At 5'11", weighing in 154.8 pounds in his first world title challenge, the #1 ranked contender brings 15 professional victories, no losses. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undefeated challenger, USMAN Nurmagomedov. And across the cage, the champion fights out of the red corner. At 5'7", weighing in 154 pounds even. In the first defense of his world title, he enters with 24 professional victories, 10 defeats. From Natal, Rio Grande do Norte, Brazil, the defending Bellator Lightweight World Champion, Patrick Pitbull. The referee in charge, McDonald.
Fighters to the center. All right, gentlemen, this is 5 rounds for the Bellator lightweight title. We went over the rules in the back. I want a good, clean fight. If you'd like, touch gloves now, and the best of luck to you. Turn to your corners.
The maiden voyage for Patrick Pitbull as lightweight champion. It's all about the belt, and for Pitbull, looking to knock off Nurmagomedov, hand him his first defeat. This is the first time that Nurmagomedov is competing in a 5-round fight. Round number 1. And we are underway from the Wynn Trust Arena in Chicago, Illinois. And already, Nurmagomedov, who has a crafty cavalcade of kicks in his arsenal, goes that route to initiate contact.
Yeah, one of the things with the Pitbull brothers, they like to take the center of the cage and then let their opponent come to them and throw counters on them. If you are Patrick in this fight, you cannot just stand in the center. You've got to actually push forward and crush that space, or else you're going to be facing all of these different kicks that will be coming your way.
Yeah, Patrick Pitbull wants to make his presence known in the pocket, but he has to navigate a minefield of strikes from Nurmagomedov, who is able to transition and just be fluid and dynamic, and again already showing how many different kicks in the first minute.
That's exactly right. It's just gonna continue to build. We've seen when USMAN gets confident in a fight, it is not a good thing for their opponent. Things just start going downhill fast for him.
Nurmagomedov going back and forth to orthodox, now southpaw, looking for that side kick, and the crowd here in Chicago chanting. There is Patricio Pitbull, the reigning featherweight champion, who, well, avenged his brother's loss to Michael Chandler, becoming lightweight champion, and then vacating the title in order to give his older brother an opportunity to live his dream as the Bellator king of the lightweight division. And of course, a knockout victory tonight would break the tie with Michael Venom Page and make him the KO king in Bellator MMA with 11. But that's easier said than done against a guy who's yet to taste defeat, and already the kicks beginning to deliver dividends.
That was a nice check by USMAN on that kick by Patricky. We'll see how much he continues to throw his kick now based upon that check.
Inside kick, and there's an oblique kick, and again, he's able to, with one sequence with the same foot, do 2 or 3 different kicks.
And you got to figure right now, you know, he's probably kicked somewhere between 10 to 15 times, maybe 20.
I can tell you right now, he is 12 of 420 according to our stats, so well done, Mr. McCarthy. Meanwhile, Pitbull 2 for 2, but it is a kicking clinic early on for USMAN Nurmagomedov, the challenger.
And those kicks tell you one thing. We talked about the range and distance.
Yes.
That means that he has established, he's been able to maintain that range and distance, and that is not a good marker for Patricky in winning this fight. You have got to crush that distance. You're gonna have to go inside, step inside and throw your hands.
Speaking of steps, John, what about the footwork of Nurmagomedov? So fluid, so incredibly physical.
And this is the whole part. See, everyone looks at the way Khabib used to fight, and look, he was fantastic. But they are different fighters. One loves the stand-up, one loved the ground. And you can see how much time and effort USMAN has put into his stand-up game, because when he wants to flow, he just moves very well. Always balanced.
Started Muay Thai when he's 7, freestyle wrestling at 8, MMA at 11. So again, the generation that is born into MMA, and there's that striking from the champion, Patricky Pitbull. Unleashed a 2-punch combination, but continues to be tagged on the lead leg, and there's a head kick with the left leg of Nurmagomedov.
That was a nice step in attack by Patricky, but he's got to maintain once he steps inside. Don't let that separation occur. Keep pressing forward and use your hands to do damage.
Final minute of the first. Nurmagomedov fighting at range, resets. Patricky Pitbull, cognizant of the fact that this youngster can attack at different angles and different ways. And
you got to figure USMAN spent over 3 months in Abu Dhabi training with Islam Makhachev, both of them having championship fights. And so everything that he did there and all of the wrestling defense work he did against Islam is only going to pay off for him here against Patricky if Patricky works for those takedowns.
Makhachev, new UFC champion, and you look at AKA, which has been a pipeline of champions, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Cain Velasquez, Daniel Cormier, Luke Rockhold, and of all of those fighters, Javier Mendez, the trainer, thinks USMAN Nurmagomedov may be the best. They're everywhere, John.
Yeah, tell me about it.
They are taking over the sport, and it's incredible to witness, and just how incredibly popular the Dagestani contingent is. Getting a very good reception here in Chicago, and Nurmagomedov now with that stance. There's a kick to the midsection of Patricky Pitbull, and Pitbull still kind of just taxiing on the runway. Has had that one moment in the first round, stepped in, delivered the 1-2, but very hard to try to close the distance and try to get on track here as he goes for an oblique kick.
There he is. That's a nice explosion from him. But again, you've got to use your feet to get inside. You can't lunge over.
And of course, with all of the kicks coming from different angles and different distances, Patricky would be try to maybe time it with the counter or maybe catch it. He goes inside with a low kick. Because let's face it, Patricky Pitbull, also a BJJ black belt. We talked about it, John. What would be the chance of a guy who, known for his power, wants to knock out Nurmagomedov, but would it be wise for him to try to take it to the ground against a guy who's also been very, very proficient in grappling?
Look, if you're an MMA fighter, it's much easier to fight someone that's not going to try to take you down anytime, because then all you're doing is fighting a stand-up. If you at least try to take him down and make him think about it, then he has to at least deal with that instead of just dealing with the strikes. There's more for him to think about. It slows down his offense. It's a good thing. I just don't, oh, that was a clean.
Beautiful, setting up the takedown as he baited him with that left hand. An incredible transition, and Nurmagomedov has the takedown on Pitbull.
And that was a beautiful counter hand that you watch USMAN land on Patricky. That snapped his head back. Watch that left hand, man. That left hand just blasted.
Using the left hand to set up the takedown. And as we near the midway point of the second, we'll see how the champion is able to work from his back, controlling the posture of the challenger. Hammer fist, short hammer fist, and an elbow from Nurmagomedov. So trying to do damage to the champion, not just laying and praying here. Of course, dynamic Dagestani fighter.
A lot of shoulder pressure. This is something you're working out with someone like Makhachev. That's a guy that can create an unbelievable amount of pressure. You learn when you're working with someone like that how to create your own pressure. Usman on top is not good. I said from the beginning, whichever fighter ends up in the top position, it's not good for their opponent. And right now, Pitbull needs to work his way out.
Elbow from Nurmagomedov, and Pitbull trying to do just that, trying to perhaps use the fence, but he's now back in a supine position courtesy of Nurmagomedov.
See, every one of these elbows you see Usman landing, that just, it's like punching a hole in the gas tank. It damages you. It just starts to make you slower, and that's something that Pitbull cannot give up in this fight.
Oh, commentary between the two fighters. Body head with the right hand of Nurmagomedov.
If Usman is talking, he got that habit from his cousin Habib, who used to talk to every one of his opponents. I did enough of his fights, and he would sit there telling them, "You need to quit. I'm gonna smash you. Just stop."
Well, he's trying to smash Patricky Pitbull here, and Pitbull meanwhile desperately trying to get out from underneath, but Usman Nurmagomedov continuing to feed the elbows, and the right hand's under the armpit now of the champion.
You can see that beautiful lacing of the arm that he's got on that left arm.
Nurmagomedov looking to get the hooks in.
What a beautiful transition. Look how he sliced that knee inside. He's looking for the choke.
He's got 5 submission victories, including 2 rear naked chokes. Pitbull has lost via submission once against Lloyd Woodard back at Bellator 62, 10 years ago. And it looks like Patricky Pitbull may be able to survive round 2, but it's all Usman Nurmagomedov. Will he survive? Elbows from up top, and what a dominant round for the challenger, John.
Gentlemen, round 3.
That round right there just gave Usman a ton of confidence.
Oh, a ton of respect there by Nurmagomedov as they start round 3. He starts from southpaw again, eyeing with the jab, oblique kick, and there, that Patricky Pitbull trying to initiate the explosive attack, John. And again, defending the takedown attempt there as strike totals all Nurmagomedov.
82 of 113, 7 of 17.
73%.
Unbelievable.
Body kick by Nurmagomedov. Right kick to the face by Nurmagomedov.
Right now, Nurmagomedov is just breaking Pitbull down, just slowly diminishing him with every shot that he's landing. Pitbull can't figure out the way to break that distance.
Any suggestions?
Look, it's a whole lot easier to say than it is to do, but he's got to take chances now. He's got to say, hey, I've got to step inside, and when he steps inside, move your feet inside, bring your head off that center line, and start throwing shots straight down the pipe. Uppercuts are good.
Nurmagomedov circling to his left, and of course that right hand of Patricky Pitbull, his money shot. There's Nurmagomedov again, just keeping his lead hand from southpaw, John, just out there, keeping Pitbull thinking, keeping him at bay. And there's the side kick to the breadbasket by Nurmagomedov.
He's showing you the respect that he has for that right-hand power of Pitbull. Look at where his left hand is. It's right up, right covering his chin the entire time. Exactly.
Yeah, the fight IQ of this 24-year-old, and again, it goes all the way back to the patriarch, the late Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, the father of Habib Nurmagomedov. And and what he was able to accomplish with the youngsters and the family and the surrounding area. And USMAN Nurmagomedov, as we mentioned, looking to become an undefeated champion. And there is Javier Mendez and other members of the camp.
That's Abu Bakr there. You're seeing up front. These guys train together. They live together. They do everything together, and everything is just about helping each other. You got to give, and they're going to give back, and you can see the results. And that's what they've learned from Abdulmanaf.
Habib, Usman, Umar, and Abu Bakr, 76-3-1 as mixed martial artists. I mean, incredible record.
And honestly, if you talk about that record, it's Abu Bakr that has the 3 losses and the 1 draw. All the rest of them undefeated.
And a half left in the third. Nurmagomedov content to be at this distance and switching stances, and again looking to land the kick upstairs. But Patricky Pitbull trying to move forward, but forced on his back foot. Now he switches stances.
We talked at the beginning of this fight, the whole element of the range and how he's got to crush that, and he has not figured out a way to do it as of this 3rd round.
Nurmagomedov just landed the jab with the right hand and misses with the 1-2.
Nice hard kick to the body by Pitbull. He needs to do more of that.
And there, Nurmagomedov again, he's the one crashing into the range. And he has just landed his 100th strike of the fight. He's thrown 147. Meanwhile, for the champion, 12 of 31 thus far. Paltry output thanks to the pressure and the kicking attack of Nurmagomedov. So we are headed to the championship rounds, and again, the first time that the challenger's in a 5-round fight.
So, clean break.
Incredibly high by any means, but it's been USMAN Nurmagomedov, and we appreciate the respect, but the fans would like to see them get it on here, John.
Why can't you like your opponent?
I mean, wow.
Take a look at the total strikes here. 102 of 152. That's 67%.
Oh, there, see, there it's using his speed, but there Pitbull able to escape the takedown attempt because it was a naked shot.
That's right. And that is the difference. When you shoot that naked shot comparatively without utilizing your hands to set it up, it is a much more difficult thing to do against a guy that knows how to wrestle. So Usman has shown he's had a very good attack with his hands, has set those takedowns up well, and in the 2nd round when he got it, you saw how well he did on the ground.
And we just saw a nice inside calf kick by the challenger again, wearing down the lead leg of the champion, Patricky Pitbull. And Pitbull fires off an inside kick that Nurmagomedov absorbed. Side kick. Nurmagomedov racking up the points. Oh, and beautiful combination, yes, by the challenger on the face of the champion, Patricky Pitbull, and his face is busted up.
Pitbull doesn't like having his back against the fence, so you know when you see him getting close to that fence, he's not comfortable with what's happening in the fight.
Double jab from Nurmagomedov, and then Pitbull coming forward, but unable to score anything of note. And again, that continued movement by Nurmagomedov, moving in and out of range. and continues to just wear him down with kicks.
And I'm telling you, I'm very impressed with Patricky and what the kind of condition that he's in, because all those shots with the kicks that Usman has landed to the body, that front kick, the side kick, all of it.
I mean, the numbers are astronomical for Nurmagomedov in terms of his domination. And there's a body kick by the champion. Minutes left in the penultimate round, and champ resets, hands down, backing up. Nurmagomedov flicks the front kick to the midsection, and Patricky Pitbull just...
But you notice how he was leaning, Mauro. You saw how he was leaning forward as he was coming forward, because his feet were planted. He's trying to land with power. He's got to slide his feet in to those situations so he can come with more than just that 1-2. He can get to the 3-4.
It's almost as if the champion may even be in a way trying to bait Nurmagomedov, you know, putting it down, because you wonder who's going to lead the dance.
Right,
we know that Pitbull's an effective counter-striker as well, especially as you mentioned with that right hand.
Yeah, he has been throughout his career, but in this fight, Usman has him where he is unsure exactly what's coming, where it's coming,
all but there,
and when he should throw.
Yeah, a moment for Pitbull to again throw a combination, but Nurmagomedov darting in and out. Just 50 seconds left in the fourth. And there again, the kick connects to the face. The feints being employed by Nurmagomedov.
Pitbull has got to commit. He's got to sit down and say, hey, look, I'm behind in this fight. I need to start making some big movements towards Usman to land with the power that I have, because he does. He's got power in each hand. Doesn't matter if it's the right or left. If it lands, it can hurt Usman or put him out.
Fifth and final round for Cheeky. Let's go.
5 minutes left in this fight, John. I just got asked. Part of the traffic, unofficial scorecard, and why?
Unofficial scorecard, I have Nurmagomedov winning every round so far.
And Nurmagomedov now, Patricky Pitbull, knowing that it's now or never, beginning to put pressure on Nurmagomedov.
That's what he needs to do. It's going to be an L. If you don't go after him and you don't hurt him and you don't get rid of him in this round, it's going to be an L no matter what. So,
and finally, aggression.
Let it hang out.
The champion is Nurmagomedov. Went for the takedown. Continues to deliver oblique kicks to the lead leg of the champion, but Patricky Pitbull definitely trying to ratchet up the offense. In the meantime, double jab, and it ends up with Patricky Pitbull on his back again, courtesy of Nurmagomedov.
That was a beautiful takedown, beautifully set up by Nurmagomedov. Pitbull was looking for him to strike, dropped levels on him, took him straight down.
And the challenger has dominated in every facet of the fight.
So far, he has been the dominant fighter.
Closed guard where really Patricky Pitbull has to try to find a way to get Nurmagomedov off of him, and it's going to be tough sledding for the lightweight champion as Usman Nurmagomedov, who's blood now, even more blood on the face of the champ.
Yeah, right now, all you're seeing from Patricky is he's holding tight, he's trying to keep that position where no posture so I don't get hit with big shots.
Holding him tight is not going to help him hold on to the goal.
No, no. The more that he holds him tight, the further away that belt is marching over to Usman's corner.
Bellator lightweight champion, a bloody mess. Struggling on his back as USMAN Nurmagomedov keeping it close, tightly to his chest, now looking to pass guard.
Nice hip movement by USMAN, but a very good job of keeping that guard by Patricky. But again, right now, at this point in the fight, keeping the guard can keep him from being hurt and damaged anymore. But it's definitely not going to help him in winning this fight.
2 minutes away from a changing of the guard in the Bellator lightweight division. USMAN Nurmagomedov in top position, working from the closed guard of the champion throughout this fight. It's been all USMAN Nurmagomedov. He's thrown 225 strikes. Oh, and now there's a returning right onto full mount, John.
Minute 35 left. We saw what happened last time with the elbows.
And USMAN Nurmagomedov in prime position to try to close the show and make history as the first Bellator champion from Dagestan.
USMAN putting a lot of pressure, that shoulder pressure. You see it how it's forcing Pitbull's head to the side.
Final minute, and Pitbull,
nice bump by Pitbull.
Beautiful sweep, and Pitbull now has to let it all hang out. Less than a minute left, potentially in his title reign.
But you saw right away when he got turned, what did USMAN do? Feet right on the hips, pushed him off, right up to his feet.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. I know it's a cliche, John, but here it is, 25 seconds left. Patricio Pitbull has to look. If he is looking to be the king of knockouts, he's got to try, because USMAN Nurmagomedov is well on his way.
He's got to launch a Hail Mary.
Of 24 years old, of moving to 16-0 and becoming the champion. And Pitbull explodes. The time runs out. Has time run out on the Patricky Pitbull lightweight title reign? I know I wear glasses, John, but how can it be any other way than the crowning of a new champion here tonight in Chicago?
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance in tonight's first world title fight, we go now to your judges at cage side. Your first, Scott Jones, scores the fight 50-45, while judges Sal D'Amato and Michael Bell both see it the same at 50-44. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision. And now the new Bellator lightweight world champion, USMAN Nurmagomedov. Bellator MMA live on Showtime from San Jose. The time has come for fight number 2 of the $1 million lightweight world Grand Prix quarterfinals. Tonight's main event, 5-minute rounds for the Bellator lightweight world championship. Sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, Commissioner Peter Villegas, Chair, Executive Officer at Cage Side, Andy Foster. And now first introducing the blue corner. At 5'9", weighing in 154.6 pounds, the two-time lightweight world champion in his quest for a third reign tonight makes his third challenge for Bellator Gold as a professional. He stands with 30 victories, 5 coming by knockout, 9 by submission, against 11 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the challenger, Smooth Benson. And across the cage, the champion fights out of the red corner. At 5'11", weighing in 154.8 pounds. After a dominant victory to win the title tonight, he makes his first defense, entering as an undefeated professional at 16-0 with 8 wins by knockout, 5 coming by submission. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the defending Bellator lightweight world champion, USMAN Nurmagomedov. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge, Dean.
Gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. Gonna keep it clean, touched up. Let's do it.
Electricity palpable here at the Shark Tank in San Jose, California for the Bellator Lightweight Championship. There it is. Most prestigious prize in the sport and an opportunity to go to the semifinals in the $1 million World Grand Prix. Benson Henderson, as much as the last time I checked, a 20-1 underdog.
Crazy. Especially crazy when there are absolutely ways for him to win this fight.
Body kick by Nurmagomedov, and he is really...
Oh, you heard it bad with a kick.
With that kick, USMAN Nurmagomedov, a.k.a. Sir Kicks-A-Lot, just kicked Benson Henderson, and Henderson in trouble, but the saving grace for Henderson, he is very good at scrambling, but he's in trouble now.
He is mounted, he is taking big shots. That kick to the head, it's scrambling, he was in trouble. We're gonna see what USMAN can do at this point. It would almost be better for him to get up off him and make him stand.
Henderson trying to recover. Meanwhile, steady diet of right hands from the back by the defending champion. Henderson got clocked by the kick of USMAN Nurmagomedov, and he is in trouble early.
Early with 4 minutes basically left in this round. Benson Henderson finds himself in a place he never expected at this point.
USMAN Nurmagomedov has 10 first-round finishes, looking for his 11th and looking for his third rear naked choke. But one thing about Benson Henderson throughout his illustrious career, he is the Houdini of MMA when it comes to escapes.
Absolutely.
Otherworldly escapes.
Incredible durability, too. I've seen him get hurt multiple times and always fights his way out. And that's what he's doing right now. Trying to keep from being put face down onto the mat.
Henderson has been submitted twice in his career, but the last time he was submitted was against Anthony Pettis, and that was back in 2013.
Yeah. You see USMAN trying to set that choke up, but he does not have that set. That's why you saw both hands staying on the ground for Benson to try to get himself. He's going to try to use that cage, get himself back to his feet.
And Henderson has not only had to defend against Nurmagomedov, but he's trying to still clean out the cobwebs, I think, John, after the nasty kick he took.
Oh, there's no doubt.
And this may be the coup de grace for USMAN Nurmagomedov. Henderson trying to alleviate the pressure, trying to avoid the choke.
Henderson's doing just fine right now.
No, he's not. USMAN Nurmagomedov vanquishes Benson Henderson and does it in quick fashion as he records an amazing victory to retain the Bellator lightweight belt and move on in the $1 million World Grand Prix. 24 years of age and now a perfect 17-0 with his 14th finish, John.
He was being so calm. I felt that he felt like he was in control of the position as far as knowing when it was going to be too much for him. Obviously it was. Had to tap out. It's sad to see with Benson Henderson. But beautiful win. Watch what happens here. Watch this kick. Comes up, beautiful question mark kick right on the jaw. He never saw the change in the kick. Watch this angle here. It'll show you. He brings it low, up high. Fantastic technique. Beautifully executed by USMAN. The hand comes down. Watch how fast this happens. Play this real speed. Look at what happens. Watch. Bep. Beautifully done. The only guy that throws a better question mark kick is Luke Rockhold. USMAN has got a plethora, and here he is.
Speaking of a Strikeforce alum, and
There you go. There's the tap out.
Ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's main event, the tap comes by way of a rear naked choke, officially 2 minutes 37 seconds into round number 1 by submission. He advances to the semi-final round of the World Grand Prix, and he is still Bellator lightweight world champion, USMAN Nurmagomedov.
The ever-classy Benson Henderson applauding the performance, and there, the equally classy USMAN Nurmagomedov, two tremendous representatives of the sport.